What's up, guys? Welcome back to another installment of Tourney Talk. We're into the third event of the year. It's the
Yeah.
2024 The Open at Austin. We got reigning champs.
Presented by
Oh, yeah, presented by Flight Factory. Can't forget them. Um,
legally. You're not allowed to.
I know they sponsored it. You gotta say it.
Mhm.
But yeah, the reigning champs are Gannon Buhr and Paige Pierce for their divisions respectively. Um, Should be a pretty interesting tournament. I like the little Texas swing they got at the beginning of the year. I think it's good. Um, Saw some fireworks in the MPO last week. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more all year. I mean, everybody's just so tight at the top these days. I mean, there's just a lot of good players on tour right now. Um, Kristen Tattar is probably gonna win by 15 strokes, I would assume,
Mhm.
because she's now back in her form. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, we're gonna get into our pick'ems in a little bit. We're just gonna talk about the tournament for a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the pick'ems. And anything else comes up, we're gonna spew it at you. So
Yep.
go for it. What do you think about the course? I know you. I knew we were talking earlier, and you were like, "I love this course." So what do you love about
Yeah.
it?
Well, I love that they changed some stuff around from last year, is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing on the few practice rounds that are out there on YouTube lately. But I just like how they kind of incorporated the woods a little more. They got some sweet little par threes that you can get yourself in C1, but they're very hard to park. And I think that brings a little bit more of the struggle of putting into factor. And I mean, I think they used the openness of the course even better as well. I mean, just some of the par fours and fives out there are pretty cool, and sometimes you can even attack for eagle, and so that gives some scoring opportunities when times get times get dire. So I think it's going to be pretty good course to watch out there for 3 days. I'm liking a lot of the field that's playing. A lot of the same guys that were out there last week. They week in advance. They probably got some time to get out there, get some practice rounds in because they're already in the area. So it's going to be, like you said, an exciting event, and we'll see if Gannon can take down 3 weekends in a row. Maybe not all on the Pro Tour, but took down the Memorial, took down Waco last week, and let's see if he can do it again at the Open in Austin.
Not only would he win 3 weeks in a row, but he'd go back to back, and he would be
Back to
the
back.
only person that had ever won this tournament because it was the first year last year.
Yep. Last week DGPT Plus event. This week Elite Series. So a little bit different. Three event or 3 round event compared to a 4 round event, but still, I mean, you're gonna see some low rounds out there, and you're gonna see a lot of guys fighting for that top spot like they were last week. And I think that this course reminds me a little bit of the Beast and Lake Waco combined, and I
Yeah,
think
it's a
that's
little
something that
mix.
yeah, I think that's something that is a perfect following of what we had last week at Waco. So should be very exciting.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I like the I don't know. I'll ask you, but do you like 3 rounds better or do you like 4 rounds better? Because
Mm,
I kind of like
so
3 rounds better because it forces the players to get off to a hot start. Like you can't like if you get left behind a little bit after round one, like it's gonna be hard to make some strokes up and then get
mhm.
yourself in a position in round two, then to have a chance to strike in round three. But I mean, I guess a 4 day tournament that has a cut for the last day is kind of the same thing. So I guess they're similar in some ways.
Yeah, so I like the idea of when a tournament only has one course they're playing at. I think it should
Hmm.
be three in general. And
Yeah.
when you get 2 courses, I think it should be 4 and 5, like you kind of saw the 5 rounds for Worlds. They played 2 different courses, and that was one of the best tournaments of the year. So I mean, um, as far as your question goes, I think that I do like 3 round tournaments, especially when it's at a good course. You know what I mean, and that you got no problem watching 3 rounds at. But if you got 2 courses that are kind of fighting for the highlight spot, and they're in a tournament, and they're assigned to that tournament, then hey, let's go 4 rounds. let's split them up into twos. Let's give scoring opportunities at each course. Let's not, oversaturate one or the other. I think, yes, a course like this, for example, would be great. Is a perfect 3-round tournament in my opinion because it's
Hmm.
pretty good and it's getting a lot of praise from the people that are out there kind of touching grounds already this year. So, like I said, man, should be a good tournament to watch. I kind of do like the 3-round better than the 4, just from just from a busy standpoint, you know what I mean? Like you want to watch 3 rounds instead of 4, like 4 rounds to watch and really comment or not commentate on it, but review and really dissect and want to come on here and talk about. It's a lot easier to do that with 3 rounds. So that's what we're
Yeah.
seeing here.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, like the whole cut system, like in real golf, there's a cut every weekend, and it's after
Mhm.
after the first 2 rounds. If you make the cut, you get to play on the weekend. I kind of want to see something like that on the disc golf pro tour. Like every event should have a cut because like you can just go out there and just play. Like there's
Yeah.
really no ramifications. I mean, I guess the cut line is basically the cash line in disc golf, but like I feel like you would get more high level disc golf every round if there was a cut and players knew like, hey, I gotta be inside the cut line or I'm not cashing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I like that.
I guess if there's no cut line and there's just a cash line, you give everybody an opportunity to play all the rounds and get themselves back up into the cash line. So I mean, it is what it is, but just something to think of, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
I'm excited for this weekend. Um, I don't know, disc golf in Texas. I just like the courses down there. I mean, it is a little bit windy, so I'm kind of curious to see
Mhm.
if it's going to be windy again this weekend.
We
Um,
got forecast 3 days of rain. I'm seeing and hearing, which might be tough for viewings and playings, unfortunately, for everybody involved. So could be could not see some low scores like we're thinking now that we
yeah,
kind of sit here and discuss about it. But hey, man, I think these guys got that edge to them where they can go out there if competition is brewing, then it don't matter the conditions. They're gonna find a way to get the pill in the cage. You know what I mean?
yeah. Um, but I didn't see that. So just hearing that, I mean, can the Pro Tour catch a break? All-Star weekend, pouring down rain, then the course was all wrecked because of the rain in the first week at the chess.com, and then the weather last week, and if it's going to rain
Yep.
this week, I mean, that's just bad luck to start the
Oh
year. But I
yeah,
mean, that's what happens when you play a sport outside. Got to deal with the
sure is,
elements.
kid. Yep.
We know all about that from our
Can't
football days.
can't put a dome over a disc golf course either. I hate to tell you.
Nope, you can't do it.
No.
You can hide under the trees for a little bit, but
Yeah.
she's going to
Go
get
sit in
you
the
eventually.
car. Go sit in the car, but you're gonna have to walk 2 miles back to your car if you're on hold fucking 12.
Yeah,
Ouch.
not well.
Not well. But
Um, but yeah, let's talk about the feature cards.
okay, yeah, we can do that.
We'll start with the FPO. So the first feature card for the FPO division is Madison Walker, Katrina Allen, Evelina Salonen, and Owen Scoggins. So pretty solid card. Um, I'm kind of excited to see Madison Walker play because she's team MVP, and me and Way, we love them MVP
Yeah.
plastics flying through the air. So I'm excited to see how she plays. She's had a decent start to the year. Um, it's
Mm,
just hard in the FPO, none of them can really putt. So, I mean, if you
sorry.
can putt, you're going to be at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, I'm not trying to slam anybody here. I'm just saying they can't.
Yeah.
So whoever's got a hot putter is going to be out there. And then the second featured card is Valerie Mondahano, Kristen Tattar, Paige Pierce, Holland Handley. So that is actually probably one of the better cards FPO's ever seen because you got Holland Handley, who
At
is,
least this year, yeah.
yeah, you got Holland Handley, who is, you know, she developed her game a lot in the offseason. She's came out pretty strong to start. And then you got Paige Pierce, who is, former world champion and all that stuff. Hurt last year, still coming back from injury. She's the defending champ of this tournament. And then you got Kristen Tattar, who is the greatest female disc golfer of all time. Um, she's won, I don't even know, like 13 out of her last 18 tournaments or something like that. Like it's just hard to beat her. And then you got, a youngster, Valerie Mondahano, who is, she's starting to come into her own a little bit too. So mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was going to be the lead card for round two. Um,
Shoot, man, I wouldn't
you
either.
know, I mean, especially if they can feed off of each other, if they're all playing good, you know,
Yeah,
you might see those four names at the top the whole weekend. So, what do you think about those two cards? Way,
I'm thinking great things about him. And you know
yeah.
why? I
Let
think
me hear it.
it's well, not so much Madison because I saw okay things from her last tournament, but that first tournament in Florida was just unacceptable to me, especially since I picked her. So she's gonna have to win me back after that one. But she could be she could I can see her at least being in the mix after 1 to 2 days. I think her
Absolutely.
I think her game supports this course, shapy shots and placements and avoiding OB. And you know what? I think she might do okay. We'll put her in the middle of the pack because there's a lot of good women playing this weekend. Just from the list that I'm looking at, the 10 to 12 that I can see are some of the best 10 to 12 that we're gonna ever see this year on tour. So um, especially that lead card dude with Kristen and Paige. I'm hearing, some of their fans got a little beef. Maybe they got a little beef historically, and that just makes things a little bit more interesting. Evelina and Own out there on that second card too.
I
And
just like watching Own Stone putt.
me too a lot. And she's got that swag to her.
I wish I had her
Yeah,
confidence inside
me
of
too.
C1 and C2, bro.
Yeah, she don't miss.
No, very rarely.
But let's take it to the MPO bit. I know you're liking the lead card, or no, the second card in the feature group, which is teeing off before the lead card, and that is Simon Lizotte, Matthew Oram, Paul Yulee, and Mason Ford. Pretty solid group there. We saw Mason a lot last week as
Yep.
he was on two of the feature cards, playing pretty freaking well out there at the Beast in Lake Waco. So, but hey, Simon Lizotte, he's back on the hot seat. He's back on coverage. I think that's where he shines best, and I think that if he wants to solidify himself as still a top 10 player in the world, he needs to step the hell up. And I say that with all due respect, but I'm being pretty for real about it because he knows it. He's got new putters in his hand that he designed. There should be no excuse there. I know the elements have been less than ideal and subpar, but he needs to start, playing like he always has. And I think it's more so a throwing issue with him. He said he just feels like he hasn't been feeling himself when he's throwing out there throwing the frisbee anymore. So hopefully he can rattle that back in. But hey, the card before that dude at 325 is
I
Isaac
know.
Robinson,
I just
Calvin
peeped that
Heimberg,
too.
Paul, and AB. So I bet they'll be channeling into that group if they have any sort of camera on them. They should be showing them, every other hole because that's really what people want to see. But then for the lead card, we got Gannon Buhr, obviously last week's winner and last year's winner as well, and Ezra Robinson, another fantastic player. I believe he finished top 10 last week, and Nicholas Santilla, who also finished top 10 last week, and pretty sure podium finish, right? It was him, Luke, and Gannon
Yeah, he was
up there at
tied
the
for
top.
second with Luke Humphreys. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So man, he was getting a lot of praise last week. Just smooth form, very consistent all weekend. Was giving himself opportunities, and the putt was hot. So if he can keep that going, you're going to see him in the mix quite often, because he doesn't have elite distance, but he knows how to shape shots, and he can get pretty close to the people that do have elite distance just from throwing the right discs at the right angles. That's his game, and that's what he's going to stick with, and it's going to work for him for many years. And it doesn't look like he's out there overdoing his body. I think his longevity is only on the rise. So then you got
Agreed.
Bradley Williams rounding that card off, and we don't see much from him. He's kind of more the middle of the board player, but he
He's a
he always has
hometown
a.
guy, though, is he not?
I
I
believe
think
so.
that's
That's
why.
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can pull off real good rounds at times, and
Yeah, he's a solid guy.
hometown
He's a solid guy.
hometown guy lead card. We'll see. What do you think about them?
Um, like you said, I'm just really interested to finally see Simon on some coverage. I know he's been struggling the first couple of weeks and he hasn't sniffed coverage, not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Normally, if he's not on the lead or chase cards, you're at least seeing him throw something in from like 150 or something. But he hasn't even had anything like that. So I'm excited to see him. Hopefully, he can get his game turned around. I know he normally starts slow and turns it on by the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, Yuli is playing really good right now. He's taking a little throwback to his youth. I love to
Yep.
see it. Now, a funny thing about this, me and you used to talk about this back in Findlay Town. We used to not like Paul Yuleberry,
At all. At
but
all.
I
We thought
now,
he was a
but I
cocky
now have a
bastard.
respect for him.
Me too, a lot.
I
Especially since I
really
was out
like
there
that guy.
playing with him.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude. I like him a lot.
So I
Quite a
like I
lot.
like it when he's doing good. So I mean,
Yep.
hopefully he can keep it going. I mean, I feel like this is kind of a course that would suit him well.
And I don't know, dude. Like we didn't like him, but to me, like when we
but there
watched
wasn't
old
really any
Jomez,
reason.
no, but when we watched old Jomez, I just feel like he would try extra hard to be funny, and sometimes it
Yeah,
would come off as like really douchey, and like we were like, man, I just can't get with this guy. Like we don't know what it is, but he just
yeah.
ain't sticking with us. Like maybe we just weren't informed enough. Maybe we didn't realize that he's one of the teachers of the game of our generation. But but I mean that quickly faded into a
Yeah.
fond love and adoration for the guy because I mean out there with him at the memorial was a lot of fun, and he was one of my favorite people to play with out there with alongside Cass. I didn't play with him, but I was bagging and walking with him
Yeah.
for 3 hours, whatever it was, just Yuli out there. So heck yeah, that
Hmm.
was really cool.
Yeah, and then to round out that card, Mason Ford, he's been playing pretty good. He had a really solid finish last week. He's putting mint discs on the map
Yeah,
because I
he
mean
is.
he's really the only guy on mint discs. I mean, I don't really know their full
Yeah,
roster, but I mean he's definitely the best one. I mean,
there's
he's
just
putting them out
there's
there. I mean,
there's a lot of shots where dude he'll hyzer flip something, it'll get that late turn and just be like perfectly placed in the fairway, land so soft. Everything's just a little nose up. You won't see nothing super penetrating. It's just he plays golf. Like he
hmm
plays golf very well. And his putts on, dude. There's not a centimeter of wobble to it. There's consistency with it in any type of weather condition. So I think I think he'll probably do pretty good at this course this week again, dude. I could see him being in the top 10 once again.
I think he's a Texas guy too, is he not? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
he
So I mean,
yeah,
maybe he's got the little ins and out of the little Harvey Penick, you know.
I bet. I bet it. So
So we'll
going into
see.
that, how about we get into the pick a bit?
Yeah.
What do we think there? I'll start since I won last week. The score is 13-11, correct?
11. Yep.
13-11 in favor of Way. Uh, so that means I pick the division and the
You
player
picked the
first.
division. Yep.
Go ahead and slap your dog in the mouth for me.
Just hold on. With the first pick in the 2024, the Open at Austin, presented by Flight Factory Discs, Way Vanderjagt selects.
Sorry, I was yawning. Kristen Tattar. She's doing great things. She's gonna do more great things this weekend at Harvey
Yeah.
Penick.
Yeah.
She's got the distance and she's got the stroke in the C2 and C1. So
Solid
the
pick, brother.
cowboy hat's coming with her.
You would have to think so.
Paige Pierce, that's for you.
How's
My
your ankle?
beast.
Don't want to be getting the Paige Pierce fans on me.
Yeah,
So I was just kidding.
she'll show her what's good on Friday, bro. I ain't even got to say nothing. It's all good. But I mean, hey,
Um,
Paige wouldn't be the worst pick in this draft somewhere somehow though.
I know
But
because she knows the course.
she
She's
ain't
won.
coming with
She knows
me.
how to win there. I'm not picking her.
Okay, then that's done.
Yeah,
But
maybe I
what
will.
if
I don't know. Maybe I'm playing
what if
reverse psychology on you.
that's what I mean? What if you pick two people that I wanted and I go, you know what? So we'll see. Who are you choosing?
Yeah.
Cat.
Um, I don't know. It's hard because I don't want to keep picking the same people, but it's like There's
have
only
to in
50,
FPO,
there's
bro. You
only
have to
50 FPO competitors, and I mean, really only like 8 to 10 of
to
them really have a
exist,
shot,
to ever
you know? So
exist. Yeah.
I know. So it's like, do I take the no-brainer?
I know.
Um, because I don't want to take somebody and then I'm taking Holland Handley again, bro. I can't. If you're gonna
Yeah.
keep taking Tatar, I gotta take Handley because I gotta at least get a podium.
It's just, dude, now that I secured her, it's like from here on out until she doesn't play, like it's pretty much I got a good shot at getting a 5 bean in my pocket and
Yeah,
another pick over you the next week.
I know it's tough.
So last week was disastrous for you
But
as far.
but I will say this. But I will say this. You could get Tatar with a win, but I could have 2 podiums in FPO, and I could have the winner
Oh
in
yeah,
MPO, and I could beat you in
easy.
points, and then I could steal Tatar.
Yeah. So you
That's the
got
game you
Holland,
got to play.
Holland Hanley.
Yep,
Uh, who do I like at this type of course? Let me see.
that's what I'm trying to look through the names right now.
I know. Well, I mean, like you said, dude, like there's really not even any point in scrolling up.
It's like, are you gonna take Emily Yale?
Am I gonna take Emily Beach?
You
That's her
might.
name.
I know.
That's
I
her
saw.
name. Uh, no, I can't. Look, I don't know. This is not a long course, but it's
I
not a
wouldn't
short
recommend
course.
taking Sarah Hokum. She's terrible now.
No, yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Ellie
Nah, dude,
Ezra's
not.
playing, dude.
Hey, give me Evelina Solomon, dude.
I
I
like it.
just, I'm like, she's got the power, dude, and I think she's at least found her game. And we know that she won. She won the Florida Open, dude, or
Chestnut Cummings.
she won the chess.com, dude. So she's cooling.
Yeah. Um. Oh, where am I gonna go with my second pick here? Um. Not my pick, but is Kimberly Dickerson Chris Dickerson's wife
I
potentially?
don't know. Good
Do you know
question.
that? I don't
Good
know.
question.
Um. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with Missy Gannon.
Give
I'm
me
gonna take her
Paige
from you.
Pierce.
You want her?
Yeah.
Do you actually?
Yeah. I'm just not seeing no one else I love, dude. And is she, maybe lead card, maybe she turns it up a notch.
You don't
You
want
know,
Own Scone?
No, dude, I don't like her. I'm not liking her forehand like distance. It's just I don't know.
I
She
know,
can't
isn't it crazy? She
throw
like
far at all. Yeah,
whips that thing flex every time and
and
it goes like
and it goes like
250.
250. Yeah.
I mean, she is kind of an
So
older player though,
yeah. So I think I'm liking
but
my
she's
three actually
consistent.
quite a lot.
Yeah, well,
Kristen.
how about
Yeah,
this for
yeah,
my
yeah.
third pick, you little scumbag?
So
I don't know, I forgot. Um, it's between Henna and Ella
yeah,
Hansen. I
yeah.
don't
I
know
was
which way
thinking
I'm
Ella
leaning. I
because Ella,
think
bro, she could blow up at any point.
I know that's why it's scaring me. Like if this was like an open course with like you needed a lot of power, I would take her.
Hey, don't
But I
sleep
don't
on
know.
Missy either, kid.
She gets Ella Hansen gets a little early release happy sometimes, and like just like ends her round. So I'm not taking
Really?
her. I'm taking Henna.
Yeah.
Give her give her to me.
Swell choice.
Yep.
Okay, put a muzzle on him, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Well, does that lead me first pick in MPO?
No, that leaves me first pick.
Yeah, because I forgot how that worked. Couldn't have been.
Hmm.
Couldn't have been.
All right. So I'll
That
start.
leaves
I'll start off the
Biddy.
with the first pick and the
I got it. You
MPO.
got it for me. I got it.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
With the first pick in the mixed professional open for the Open at Austin, presented by Flight Factory Discs 2024 edition. The first pick goes to Logan Bittekoffer. Who will he choose? Let's see.
I am going to be going with, unlike the FPO, you got a lot to choose from here, bud.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to go. No, you know what? I'm not going to take him because I don't think you'll take him. So I'm going to save him. But if you do, I'm not going to be mad at you because you're going to be using your brain. I'm going to take Brody Smith. I'm kidding.
Sody bitch.
Pretty much. I mean, um, I am going to dare I do it? No, I don't.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with give me Mason Ford.
Oochie mama.
I'm riding. I'm gonna ride the hot streak. Hopefully, he plays good again this week. I mean, that's
The Texas
could be
kid.
could be a risky pick, but I think he's playing really good right now.
Well,
So who you got?
you'd be reluctant to not take GB bait.
I know,
We'll see.
but does he? But does he go three in a row?
Three Pete. That's what I'm betting on. Three Pete.
You want Gannon?
Gannon.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I think for my second pick, I'm gonna go back in the well, and I'm gonna take somebody that I've already selected before. But he didn't play last week. And I want to see if he's gonna be able to react to everything that people are saying about Gannon right now. Give
Oh
me
yeah.
Calvin Heimberg.
Yeah. You bet
Let
you
me
are.
see what kind of stones Calvin Heimberg's
Yeah.
carrying around in his underwear.
Yeah. I need to see it like this weekend.
I want to see what he's about. Everybody's
Dude, me
saying,
too,
"Oh,
bro.
Gannon
I'm sick
Buhr,
of
he's
it.
the best player right now."
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you don't remember back to last year, Calvin Heimberg was dominating in fashion that Gannon Buhr is. So
Yeah. Minus the wins.
I wouldn't mind seeing them on the lead card on Sunday afternoon.
Me too. I want to see them and one of the Robinson brothers on the lead card Sunday evening. Well, now we're
Who's
looking
your
at
two?
something. My two, we're looking at something tough here. Like you said, a lot of quality gentlemen.
I know there's like you can't go wrong. You just gotta hope they play
No,
good that week, you
you
know?
gotta hope they play good. And hey, dude, yeah,
What you got?
I'm feeling quite well about this pick, dude.
Who is it?
Cole Radalin.
Okay. He
Yeah,
got hot at the end of the Waco tournament.
yeah, and he's on first card. Um, he gets his round out of the way. He's going to be the one to dictate the score. He's
And
going to be the one
maybe
to
he
set the
avoids
pace.
some weather that moves in later in the day.
Exactly. So gonna
That's
have to
not a
check
bad
the
pick. I like that.
forecast. Yeah, I scrolled up. I said, "There's someone missing here."
I know.
Yeah,
I saw him too. I peeped his name.
yeah. And DGA players are on the map, kid, and they're playing well with what they're given. So
him and Marweed, dude, they hold it down.
yeah, that's my two.
Um,
Going with it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's your
for my
two?
three,
Oh, wait,
I'm
your three.
looking
My bad.
through. Yeah, for my third and final pick, I think I'm gonna have to go with. There's just so many names.
Heads.
Do I pick another guy that played really well last week that doesn't really play well normally, or do I go for a more well-known name that's established? That's
Yeah.
the question, you know?
Yeah. I hear you.
And I'm going to answer that question right now.
Dude, you know what kind of makes me think too is them 3 round tourneys. I think I think the kind of sleepers have a better chance, right?
Yeah, to play a hot round in round one,
Yeah.
and then
And then
there
and
you really
then
can't fall out because like you're gonna still shoot a good round in disc golf because like
So
there's so many opportunities to make up shots.
yeah, I mean,
But
that's just what I'm
I'm
looking
gonna
at.
go. I'm gonna come back to what I said when I was gonna take him with my first pick, but I said no. I don't think
Mm,
Way's gonna pick this guy.
haven't.
And once I say his name, you're gonna be like, "That's a pretty solid pick." Because unlike you, I watched this guy play in the little tour down under, that little month span where it was him and Luke Humphreys and Paul Oman down in Australia playing the
I was
courses
gonna
down there with the Aussies. Give me Corey
I was
Ellis,
gonna
bud.
I was gonna ponder him, Logan. Don't you fuck get it twisted, kid. He was next top two on my list of who I was gonna pick. I said, hey dude, I smell something great from him soon.
He was. I'll tell you this.
He finished too
The
strong last year for my liking, bro.
listen. The reason why he didn't play. Well, I don't think he played in the chess.com. He was hurt. He got hurt down in Australia. His groin was
Yeah.
bothering him. And then the last tournament down there in that tour, he did play through it, but it was bothering him a little bit. So he's back. He's back healthy. He's going to be ripping some seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got time, I'd recommend going and
Biggs or
watching those
Davids?
bigs.
Yeah.
Davids are mid.
All right, go ahead. Don't got all day.
No, that's just all I had to say. So who's your third
All
pick?
right.
And then we'll wrap this puppy up.
Third pick, and we're rounding it off. Uh, give me. I haven't picked him yet. No one's picked him yet. Why, you ask? I don't know. Anthony
I like
Barella.
this. I
Yeah, I
like it.
think his game suits this course a lot, and you could probably say that about any course in the history of disc golf ever. Suits Anthony Barella, because I hate to tell you, kid's got a Woods game now, so better watch
And
out.
he's got some extreme snap on his disc. If he throws good shots and doesn't hit trees, he's gonna be able to make strokes up on the field. So
Yep. Putt's hot. The focuses are going in for him lately. I think he's on the verge of another one quite soon after the chess.com takedownings.
yep,
But
I
that's all
agree.
we got
I agree.
for you guys this pod, this offering, this episode of Tourney Talk, pre tourney edition of the Open at Austin,
Yep.
presented by Flight Factory Discs and the pill of the pod,
Can't forget. Can't
because
forget.
Simon Lazat's on the lead card.
Yes, sir.
X, everybody and their mom actually probably knows about this disc, because
Yep.
everybody and their mom has one.
Yeah. Except for
And
me.
when we go to D-Glow, he's signing the bitch.
Yeah, he is. I need
Yeah, he is.
I need him to sign my glitch.
Yeah. All
But
right.
but his run with power grip, the glitch.
Can't
Get
throw them,
a
but they
get
look
a
good.
get a silver Sharpie and he's gonna sign his name pretty on that thing.
Yeah. You bet your ass. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good
We'll catch you
morrow.
guys on Sunday.
Yep. Go watch the tourney.
And like we always say, throw gyro.
And disc golf different.
Idiots.
Idiots. Nah, we love you.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate you
Just play
guys.
faster on the course. See ya.
Yep, we'll see you around.